It's important that you pay close attention to the information we're providing, because we're going to run through it, but you got to retain it. It's really, really important, all right? So our expectations are going to go down this list really quick. We all know who the leaders of our campus are. Ms. Bradley, our principal, Mr. Leal. Everybody give him a hand, man. He went through a lot, he's back with us. Absolutely. Ms. Harrison Owens, we barely see her, but she's here, and she does a lot also with your attendance and pays close attention to what you do on a daily. We know what our mission here at Dymally High School is, but we're set to make sure that happens, so we work on that on a daily basis, and your cooperation with that is definitely appreciated. We can skip through these really quickly. These are some COVID awareness DVDs and CDs and things that we want to go over, but we all know what we're doing. We're routine now, so we'll get through those. We have some expectations, and that starts off with attendance. And I'm going to cover a lot of it, so these slides will probably go by as we go. But attendance is very important. We know we have to be here. That's a state law. All right, it governs us in the state of California and across the country and other states as well. So your attendance is mandatory. But what's important that you need to realize is that those 30 minutes, sometimes you guys are arriving here late during the week, and to classes late during the day, can accrue and turn into absences. They also can turn into something called truancies. Truancies are not good things. All right, if you get a number of those truancies, and we are definitely going to have a PSA counselor starting pretty soon, that person will cover those. But the scary part about truancies, they add up, and they create a serious, serious problem for you and your family. You have a lot of truancies and numbers in those areas. There is something called SARting. A SART would cost you $2,500 in fines. Yeah, that's really difficult. And the COVID piece about that is that LAUSD doesn't control that. Once you get enough absences, truancies, and ditching dates, that is handed outside of our jurisdiction. That becomes a city, a different county issue. That's their deal. They handle that. So if you want to ditch and run around, you'll find a way to be found. They'll get you. All right? So let's not play around with that deal. We started tardy sweeps. Tardy sweeps will also begin starting on Tuesday in the morning. Those of you who are arriving late after we've done what we're supposed to do to get you in here and on this campus, and you coming in 20, 30, 40 minutes late, you'll be adding to that issue. So get here on time. You know there's a procedure in the front, so get here early enough to get in on campus and in first period on time, not 30 minutes after the start of the day. You do not want to be in that group. All right? Here comes the principal.
And there is no grace period in the morning.
None.
There is no 15 minutes to do anything. When the bell rings at 8 and you're not in class, you are late. All right? It is going to become very important as he continues. So again, there is no grace period. Everybody hear that? Sure. All right, good.
Get here on time, people. Get to your classes on time. We've started the tardy sweeps during the day, and we've definitely been getting after people. All right, we've not had a large number, all right, but we've had some repeat offenders. So what Mr. Street and I are going to talk about when we get to that issue is how that policy is going to roll out. All right, scheduled classes and different things like that. Anything that you have, make sure you do that. Hopefully, on those days that you do not have assignments that are pertinent to your grade. All right, and notify your teachers ahead of time. But at any given time, make sure you're rushing and hustling to get to class. All right. We've already covered the PSA counselor. She'll be here to take care of that. Now, here we go. The tardy policy. Now we're going to dig deep into that in a minute, but I'm going to go with some quick bullets. Sweeps have begun. I already said that. Tardies can equal absences and truancies. I went over that with you. Those 30 minutes can turn into truancies, those truancies turn into absences, and those bad things turn into consequences for you. The policy will be distributed to you all grade levels on Tuesday when you enter the gate. You'll get all the issues that are related to it and how it's going to cost you. And we're going to be opening up a Saturday intervention program that will cover those tardies so that you can recover from them and replace them or, erase them. Now, that's going to be key to you juniors and seniors. All right? Juniors in participation in activities on the campus, you can lose your right to do so if you have tardies. Seniors, and I'm going to say it 1,000 times, you can lose your opportunity to walk across that stage or participate in prom. Oh, you will. I'm sorry. But I'm saying that with a can because I know that once we get through with this presentation, you'll make sure that that doesn't happen to you. All right? So possibilities are there, but you control it. I always say to anybody, rules are on a piece of paper. They have no power unless you break them. Rules are on a piece of paper. They just sit there written. But all you got to do is go against them, and you see what they're about. All right? So, really quickly over these things as far as ed code situations on campus, these are expectations in the classroom, but also in your conduct here. I specifically put up there profanity, obscenity, vulgarity, because a lot of you take it, just kind of look past it because of our discourse and the way we talk to one another, and because of what we're comfortable with and used to, we think it's okay, but it's not. You cannot walk inside a place of employment and tell somebody, give me that job. It don't work like that. So we have to practice the types of behaviors and the type of discourse we're going to use in those environments. So where that practice begins is here. You can't continue to practice the type of way or the way we talk to one another as though it's comfortable, all right? We make it comfortable and think that we're going to be able to do this in front of an employer. We have to start to speak to each other with some respect, all right, and with proper discourse. So in the classroom, teachers are mandated reporters. They can report everything on this list. Everything that you see up there, anything with a number is an ed code violation. It's in the right-hand side, and the teachers are mandated reporters. They have to submit that in your MISIS record. It becomes a part of your social adjustment record that does follow you. Seniors, it's very important that you clear that up and are trending in the positive way as you exit high school. But bullying, hazing, harassing, all that takes place in cyber. Make sure we don't do it. Do not utilize your cell phone and apps. Instagram. Don't DM somebody something negative, and don't airdrop anything on this campus that you know is inappropriate. Please don't. And while we're on that, there's a section that I did cover, and I hope we went through it. There is something called the California statutory laws. Young people, please, and I just say this as a warning to you. We are in an interesting environment where we have 9th through 12th. Please be careful with our interpersonal relationships on this campus. All right? Please be careful. That's all I can say to you. There's a 2-year differential between that. Be careful. Be careful. All right? So, cell phone policy must be adhered to. Ms. Bradley goes over this every morning pretty much. I know she started last week every single day telling you, no cell phones in the classroom. You cannot charge. You cannot use cell phones in the classroom. I'll say that again. You cannot charge. You cannot use cell phones in the classroom. I'll say that again. You cannot charge. You cannot use cell phones in the classroom. Those earbuds. Guys, really quickly, everybody flip your hoodies off. Everybody, let's go. Let's see who can follow instructions. Get those hoodies off your head. Don't hide your earbuds behind your hoodies in the class. Don't hide your earbuds behind your hoodies in the class. There's somebody with a burgundy hoodie still on. Thank you. So it's important when we enter the classroom, it's in your dress code policy, that your hoodie should come off once you enter a classroom. That is one of the most important pieces, but make sure you cannot charge. You cannot use your cell phone in the classroom. It is in the handbook that we gave every one of you as you walked out the gate a week ago. Some of you, I know what you did. You put it in a circular file, which is called a trash can. But it's available to you online. Look it up. It states that you are not to use any electronic devices during instructional time on any LAUSD campus. You are not to use them. They are prohibited. We allow you to bring them because of safety and the importance of contacting your parents. But during instructional time, you should not interrupt the teacher's instruction by using a cell phone. She should not have to redirect you. He should not have to redirect anyone about their cell phones. We've told you. It's been repeated. And now we're saying it here in front of everyone, and your ears are wide open. You hear us. You do not charge, you do not use during instructional time your cell phone. I think I've said it like 20 times already, okay? So once you come to class, make sure your computer is charged, ready to go. The only technology that you are using is that which is issued to you by LAUSD, which is that computer that you have been provided through Ms. Compost. She's been changing them, switching them, getting them to everybody, okay? Let's say we power off that. Drugs and alcohol and that use of any of those intoxicants on campus is prohibited. It is illegal. Don't get caught doing that. We have not had a big issue here on campus with that, but what I have noticed is there are some issues with those vape pens and a few other issues. Don't get caught. Be aware that we are the most surveilled high school in the district. We have cameras everywhere. We see everything all the time. Sometimes I've heard Miss Bradley and Mr. Street in their office, and they're directing traffic because they can see you while they're sitting there. Over 100, I think over 150 cameras on this campus. So they can see you everywhere from the rooter to the tutor. So don't get caught, all right? And anything can be rewind because it holds on to it for up to 5 years. So if we missed you, we didn't miss you, we just overlooked it, we can go back and pull it up. So don't get caught up, all right? Sexual harassment and assault, I went over that. Be careful who you come in contact with. All right, the consent law in the state of California is 18. No one under 18 can consent. I won't go digging too deep into that, but be careful. That's why I covered the first part. 2-year differential can get you in trouble. Seniors, I will tell you, be careful. Do not, let me just be cut and dry. Seniors should not be dating 10th and 9th graders. That's all I'm telling you, so be careful. They are 2 years younger than you. That can cause you some issues. All right? Be careful utilizing your cell phone. Do not film people inappropriately. Do not airdrop anything that's inappropriate. If someone tells you that they don't, or they feel uncomfortable, then don't do it. You must get their permission. So that's as simple as it gets. All right? Anything that has to do with that, we don't handle. LAUSD does not handle that. We hand that off to the county. We hand it off to LAPD and the sheriff. So if you get caught up, we're going to be like, oh man, I'm sorry, but I can't help you because I can't deal with it. You sit in the office until they come. So be mindful. You cannot say you were not warned. All right, seniors. Really quickly, we're going to go over your contract. Each one of you will issue the contract. Please read it. Please read your responsibilities, all right, that are stipulated in your contract. For you to get to graduation, you must adhere to what's in that contract. There's also some things that Ms. Hill's going to talk about when it comes to the graduation, the prom, and those functions, all right? But that contract is fully written and clear and concise. There should be no mistaking, and I put it in both English and Spanish, so your parents can understand. There'll be a second copy going home for your parents, but everyone that's here today has been issued that contract. Everyone who's on the attendance roster has been issued that contract, so there's no excuses. If you go against that, that's on you, but you were issued it.